Hello, my name is Andy Tidy and welcome back to the NarrowBoat Video Channel. If this is your first time with us, you are very welcome. And here on the channel we try to promote some of the lesser known bits of archive video which relate to the UK's Inland Waterway network. Each month I introduce 4 or 5 archive videos. These are videos which we've unearthed during our research into the NarrowBoat magazine. And we contain the links to the full-length versions on the videos page of the magazine's website. There is a link in the description field below. Now, in each episode I try to introduce some kind of theme, and this month's theme, if indeed there is one, is that the archive videos I want to feature are somewhat longer in length than usual. In one case, it's just one episode of a much longer series. As such, the content is a little bit more varied and eclectic than usual, but I'm sure you won't mind that. I'd like to start this episode with a video called Transport Where No Tide Flows. It's a 1963 colour documentary, and it provides an overview of life on the inland waterways in the early 1960s. The film runs for 9.5 minutes, and it's a great snapshot about the canals as they were 60 years ago. Many of the sites are virtually unchanged, but my overriding takeaway was the speed that the boats travelled at. Only on the canals has progress resulted in slower transit times.
Generation after generation has been born and raised within the few square feet which are at once their living and their home. Conditions in so small a space will go one of two ways, either spotless and immaculate, or squalid beyond belief. But the canal folk are proud of their traditional brasswork, their paintings and their china, and such a tradition of work and craftsmanship dies hard.
And for my second selection, I'd like to introduce you to a video called A Voyage Between Two Seas, down the Aire and Calder to Goole. This is something of a complete change as we're heading north, and the episode I want to feature is part 4 of a 5-part series made by the BBC, and it focuses on the Northern Inland Waterways trade route from the Mersey to the North Sea via the Leeds-Liverpool Canal. This is an archived 40-year-old series, and each episode is 30 minutes long. And this particular one focuses on the movement of coal to feed the massive power stations. The picture quality is a little grainy, but it is a great series, so don't stop at this one episode. Watch one and YouTube will recommend the rest. I have to say that in these days of climate change, the widespread use of coal for power generation is a little unsettling, but history is history, and this series is really well worth a look.
The new junction canal was planned and built by William Hammond Bartholomew, the Aire and Calder's greatest resident engineer. It was Bartholomew who invented and patented Tom Puddings, the forerunner of the push-tug system. Tom Puddings are still in operation 120 years after their invention.
Well, I hope I've got you back from the wormhole that was A Voyage Between Two Seas. The next video I want to introduce is called All You Wanted to Know About Working Narrowboats. One of the snags with finding how-to videos about working canal boats is the absence of recorded material. Well, I recently came across a 1-hour video in which David Blagrove and the Narrowboat Trust takes a group through the ins and outs of working a motor and butty pair. Stand by for lots of terminology and techniques, all delivered by David, who is unusual in being both one of the last working boatmen and also a skilled teacher. So he's able to deliver some first-hand insights in a very watchable style. One of the nice things about this film is its honesty. They demonstrate several specialist techniques locking through at Stoke Bruen. And when the weather conspires against them, even the expert is seen to make some mistakes.
That's it, that's okay. That'll do. Right, now folks, if this works, it's going to be spectacular. If it cocks up, it'll be even more spectacular. Right, pull her in tight, Fabian. Okay. Yeah.
I've heard so much about this, but never seen it back.
The free itself.
Oh, is it just a couple of turns over?
Yes. Now, do you see what I did? I held her back.
Yeah.
And now you...
Well, to round off this month's selection, I'd like it to take you north to the Manchester, Bolton and Bury Canal and a video entitled The Forgotten Waterway. This is a 1956 film made by Terry Ashworth as he looks at the history and decline of this northern canal. The video itself runs for about 20 minutes and includes an interview with Terry about how he came to make it.
The large and now deserted warehouses stand witness to a prosperity of an earlier era, whilst along this final stretch of the canal there remains perhaps its last surviving duty, to transport coal a few hundred yards to boiler houses lorries were never intended to reach. It echoes a time when the coal barges plied the length of the waterway from the collieries several miles away at Little Lever. At the time of its inauguration, the canal was authorised to carry barges, or narrowboats, of specific size and design. The boats were to be of 70 feet length and of 7 feet beam, and of special construction such that cargo was carried in large containers within the boats.
Well, if you've enjoyed this insight into the Northern Canal, be sure to click subscribe and notify, because I'll be returning to the Manchester area again next month. As ever, the links to the full-length videos can be found in the Narrowboat magazine's video page, and a link to that page can be found in the description field below. So, many thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again next month. Cheerio.